Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am so happy you stopped by. Today I've got a foundation review to share with you guys and I'm really excited to chat to you guys about this new foundation. It is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filt'r Hydrating Longwear Foundation. So just to start this out, some of you guys may know, some of you guys may not know, I have very oily skin. So for me to have a hydrating foundation work for me is a pretty big deal. So bought this on a whim, really wanted to try it out when I heard it was long wear. It's supposed to be fairly full coverage. I have never tried a hydrating foundation that I would say is full coverage, so definitely wanted to check this out. I did try the Fenty matte foundation several months ago and I was not impressed. It wasn't a foundation I kept in my rotation. I actually returned it to Sephora because I was that underwhelmed. It broke down on me. It did not wear well. A lot of people with oily skin really loved that matte foundation, but for me it just did not wear well whatsoever. However, the thing I love about Fenty is their shade range is fabulous. They take into account undertones, they take into account skin concerns. All of that is great across the board with their products. So I was really excited to try this because the thing I really noticed about that foundation, the matte version, was that the color match was on point. So this 145 is actually light with olive undertones, which is great for me. I've definitely got a lot of olive to my skin, a lot of warmth, so love that their shade range does take into account your undertone. Some companies just put out a foundation, it's light, medium, deep, and they don't give a lot of detail on what the shade range really means undertone wise. So I love that about this line. While I've got it on Sephora, I'm going to pull up and read you guys the claims. So it says this is a hydrating longwear foundation that delivers a comfortable medium to full coverage natural finish, perfect for normal to dry skin. So as I told you guys, I am an oily girl, so this was quite a risk for me, but a risk I was willing to take. It's gonna be a little bit cooler hopefully soon where I live and probably where a lot of you guys live too, so I don't have to worry as much about getting as oily as I do in the summer. It also says it has long-lasting coverage and hydration in 50 shades, each delivered in a portable tube. Get perfectly smooth, natural looking finish that lets skin look like skin. It says Rihanna created this formula with grapeseed oil and sodium hyaluronate to make a foundation that normal and dry skin types will love. And this is $35 at Sephora. So let's jump right in and talk about the packaging. I love, it's the squeezy tube, but it has a pump. So love that. I think it's super sleek packaging. I think it's just kind of clean lines, very on brand, really enjoy the packaging. Now let's get to the product. So I have had this on for 8 hours today and I am so impressed. So it definitely is a liquid formula, but not liquid runny. It's not thick, but it's that perfect consistency. If you guys love Estee Lauder Double Wear or foundation like that, it's got the very classic consistency of something like an Estee Lauder Double. That's what I noticed when I first put it on my skin, is I loved the texture of it. I loved the consistency. It did stay slightly tacky, but I did set it with powder and it set fine. It didn't have that thick feeling that some foundations, I particularly think of the moussey foundations. They are just too thick, too tacky, and a lot of matte formulas and hydrating formulas do have that tack to them that just, it doesn't work well for my skin. So I did set this, it set well, but it still had a beautiful natural finish to it, and that's what I noticed. It was full coverage. This had just as good a coverage as Estee Lauder Double Wear, and that is hard to find in my opinion. And it also really clung to my face in the right way. It didn't sink in, it didn't sit on top of the skin. It looked perfect. Just absolutely beautiful. It covered up my redness. It didn't emphasize pores or texture, which is also rare for a hydrating foundation. Do I think if you're oily skin that you can't set this? No, you definitely need to set this. The other thing I did was I tried it with the Fenty matte primer. This is new as well, and it's the True Matte Primer. I love this stuff. This is my new favorite primer. It gives skin such a beautiful airbrush look, and these two together are a wonderful combination. In my opinion, this will definitely be a foundation that sticks in my rotation. It hung with me for 8 hours. I'm going to zoom you guys in and kind of give you a look at how it looks now. So I zoomed in close just to show you guys kind of what I'm working with after 8 hours. Yes, I do look really shiny. This is not out of the ordinary for me, and you'll have to take my word for it, but this is really good for a hydrating foundation. So you can see I'm really shiny, but as far as the foundation breaking down and breaking apart, none of that has been an issue. The only spots that I really see a breakdown are where my sunglasses were, and that's pretty much normal for me. So I'm gonna use this tissue and just kind of show you guys that the oil does blot away. Not a problem whatsoever. Blots away just fine. A little bit of powder and I would be back to normal. It's great coverage, no breakdown, and definitely looking pretty good for a hydrating foundation after 8 hours, so I'm very pleased. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you'll leave me some comments down below. Let me know if you've tried this foundation and what your skin type is. I'm curious to see if anyone else with oily skin has had such great luck that I have. I'd love to know your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe. I would love to have you guys here and hope you enjoyed the video. Have a great day.